I think the last time we stopped here. I'll just do these two because these two seems a little bit, uh, difficult, and maybe few more from the next page. So we have a blank jalasat, blank hawla al-ma'ida. Uh, that's a good one. Al-usra is there, all al-um, both of them is fine, but the problem is there are two blanks. For example, if this blank wasn't there, the best thing is to construct a sentence like the way you are saying, al-usra or al-um. You can say jalasat al-um hawla al-ma'ida, or you can say jalasat al-usratu hawla al-ma'ida. The problem is we have two, right? There's no way we can put a preposition here because we have this one is coming without the preposition. For example, let's do this one. We have blank al-usra, then you have blank as-sa'a al-thamina masa'an. So here we can say, remember the verb, how do we say they gathered? Yajtama, yeah, yajtama would be, but the only problem is that we would be referring to the usra. So we say tajtami'u, tajtami'u. Good, very good. So tajtami'u. So you can say tajtami'u usratu, tajtami'u usratu, the family gathers. Then we can say fi. Okay, you can say fi as-sa'ati al-thaminati masa'an. Right? We can. There's many ways, but it's just that I'm trying to think what whether it would make sense from what we learned. We can say, okay, you can say al-usra, al-usra, right? Al-usratu jalasat. The family said, you know what? Doesn't matter. We can say that they sat and they gathered around the table. Then I'll explain the me'at. So the me'at. Got it? Anyway, don't sweat too much over these things, especially something that is like a little bit tricky as this one. Sharib al-ab. What did the father drank? Was shariba blank ashai. Yeah, so okay, good. So sharib al-ab al kahwa. Okay, was shariba blank ashai. Here, because we have the verb as a singular, you can add a singular subject, or you can also add plural subject, something that I've mentioned. But of course, what you cannot do is you cannot use feminine subject. So you cannot say wa sharibal ashai. You cannot say that because the verb is masculine. So you have to say ibn, or I think that from the context is abna, right? Al abna wa sharibal abna'u ashai. Okay, so guys, this one is extremely easy. هذا طعام لذيذ. Okay, جلس سعيد بكر. Okay, so this one, the Said sat, then blank Bakr. Yeah, you can say ma. That's good. That's the easy one. You can just Said ma Bakr. No problem at all. Janb here. That's the word probably they would want to use here. Janb. Qarib. The qarib is not going to work. Qarib, you need to add another preposition. Qarib min. بعيد عن. Okay. جيد. البنت تحضر طبق الحلوى then ثلاجة. This is a complete sentence here. Yeah, you are right. In a sense, it would be a preposition. But when you say تحضر, do you say in? You are translating تحضر as a وتضع. تحضر is not تضع. Yes, exactly. Good. Here, when you are connecting with the mean with alif lam, what you do is you put a fatha. Mina thallaja. Excellent. The next one is from the hadith. Inshallah, you should be able to do that. جيد. Then we have التدريب الخامس, the fifth exercise. It says كون جملا. كون is to make. So make sentences. Jumal is the plural of sentence, which is jumla. Okay, jumla. Jumla is a sentence, Jumal is the plural of sentence. So let's do the few of them. I'll just do first. Let's see. First, third. I'm just picking random. And the fifth, I don't know. So it says رجليه ثم غسل. First read all of the words and see the context. What is it about? So it looks like it's talking about making wudu, right? What do you do first? Because we also have thumma. So just by looking at the verbs غسل and we have masaha. So which one we do first? We wash the legs and we wipe the ears. We don't wash the ears. So they go together and they go together. So only thing we have to know which verb we bring first. Masaha, yes. And remember what I said, when you're constructing a sentence that has a verb, just start with the verb. That is the default. There's no reason for you to start with a noun. For example, so let's start with the verb masaha. So if we say masaha, so then what would be the second? Do you have the verb? Now you're looking for the doer, subject. Where's the doer? Do you find the doer? Yes, as al-walid. Udunai would be object. So, and remember, the easiest way to look is see if you can find the dhamma. At least in this level, that would be the case by and large. Right? So we have a dhamma, so we can say this is our subject. So what I meant that you start with a verb is, for example, if we say al-walid, what am I saying? I'm starting with the verb first. Masahal walidu. But you can say al-walidu masaha. That is fine. You can say, you can bring this one first. That's not a problem, but this is not the default. When you have a verb, you want to start with the verb first. And why, this is another discussion. By the way, what is walid? Yeah, walid is somebody's names also. But remember, when it's somebody's name, it's not walid, it's walid. Okay? Walid. So be careful with these pronunciations. Yes, it is the father. Walad is the boy. Very sensitive. Arabic is very, very sensitive. What did he wipe? Udunayhi. So this would be our third, right? Then you can say thumma, then gasala rijlayhi. Makes sense? Then I said I'll do the third one. We have al-adhan, then ya sami'ta bakr. What is this one? Be careful here because it sounds like it's one word, but it's not one word. It says asami'at, asami'ta, because of bakr. So it is actually hamzatul istifham. So we have a question. A is hal, is the same thing. A and hal. You can interchange a with hal. You can say hal. So how would you start? If it's a question, we always start with the question, right? So this would be the first one. Asami'ta al-adhana ya bakr. Good, very easy. I'll just do one more. Guys, I'm honestly, these would be so easy and so fun if you guys can spend a little bit of time, and you will see it will also help you with force you to put in the right order. Okay, so then we have number 5 is what? Okay, so this goes back to our previous unit, which when we are studying about the time. So it would be what? As-sa'atu, the time. Al-ana, the time is now. What? Athaniya to wa nisf. We had this sentence structure dozens of times. Yes? Easy, guys? Inshallah, you guys can do this? No. Then we have at-tadrib al-sadis. At-tadrib al-sadis is the 6th exercise. ضع كل كلمة في جملة. Put every word in a sentence. See, now this is the singular of the jumal. Now, this is something that you should work on your own. two ways to do this. I think one would be better. The first, you try to use the sentence from similar sentence that you have gotten in the text. Okay, so you can bring its context, its meaning, then see if you can put it in another sentence, something that is very easy for you, right? So you know what maghrib is, you know what ghasala is. Atamma, what is atamma? We had this word, atamma. Atamma. Atamma means to finish or to conclude. You're done with something. Okay. Atamma, and the past present tense is yutimmu. Yutimmu. Why there is a dhamma here? Because remember, the reason why I always ask, because you have jalasa, any verb you think, majority of the verb, the past present tense will always take fatha. Yajlisu. You see? Always fatha. Ijtama, yajtamiu. It's not only three letters, because you have ijtama, sorry, ijtama, and what do you do? Yajtamiu. Okay, so you have yajtamiu. See the fatha. Only time you take the dhamma is when you have four letters. Okay, so you have 1, 2, and 2 memes. Atamma yutimu. You didn't say yatimu. So how would you put in the sentence finished? Anything you can say. Somebody finished something. I finished my work, or he finished his work. So you can say Atamma Muhammad. Muhammad finished his work. You can say Al Amal. Amal. Okay, the Muhammad finished his work. By and large, you use atama means to you've done with something. Makes sense? Good word, very, very good word. So make sure. And everything else, try your best. Comma, you know what is comma, right? So try to put, as I said, first see if you can get the exact same sentence that you had it in the book. Try to make that. If you can't, go back to the text and try to find it, and then try your own sentence. جيد. Then we have تدريب السابع, the seventh exercise. We have أكمل الحوار الآتي. Complete the conversation, the following conversation. Okay. Subhanallah. Anyway, same thing. We'll just do a little bit, and then you can carry on. It says متى تتناول طعام الغداء. Just quick note about the grammar. We know that tatanawal, it can be for third person singular feminine, like she, but this one also is for second person singular masculine, right? You. So here obviously it's asking about you. So what can I say? I can say atanawalu. The simple version would be what? في الظهر. في الظهر. In the noontime. Or you can give it a time. You can give fi as-sa'a, and then you put a time. If you want to answer completely, you will say atanawal, I take. And you can say ta'am al-ghada, or you can say I take ghada, because it's very clear what do you mean by ghada. Then you can say this much. Okay, atanawal al-ghada fi as-sa'ati thaniya dhuhran, something like that. Then we have كم مرة تجتمع الأسرة في اليوم للطعام. I know you guys cannot write in Arabic so much, but at least I want English answer. So from your answer, I will know if you know the meaning or not. Okay, you can just write it in English, 1 word, 2 words, doesn't matter. Just want to know your reading comprehension. Yes. So answer will be ثلاث مرات. ثلاث مرات. Okay, 3 times. Then we have, okay, this one I'll skip. Let me do another one. Okay, من التي تعد الطعام. Answer, just answer. Al-Um, excellent, good. After answering, maybe then I'll just translate. Yeah, that would be better. Who is the one who prepares the food? So good. So next one, I will also quickly read and see if you guys can answer. Now I'll just skip one and one so that we can go faster. ماذا تضع في الثلاجة؟ ماذا تضع في الثلاجة? Just one word. Good. So you can say الطعام. No. Okay. Then I'll skip one and then we say. See here, same sentence structure. That's good. You had a question. That's good. And since you had a question about why we need alladhi or allati, and now the fact that you are getting it in this kind of phrase, now you're getting much used to the Arabic structure. So this is good. I'm liking these sentences actually. I'm liking this exercise. So mani alladhi yajlisu janbal ab. By the way, I didn't translate this one. You know what the question was, right? What do you put in the fridge? Yeah, okay. But yes, if you say family, yes, a sister, has even better point. Yes, because with the family, there would be a two problem. Yes, excellent. One problem would be the grammatical because you have yajlisu. So it is definitely asking about something that feminine. But by and large, I'll be honest with you, this is not because when you're asking about something that you don't know what the answer is, what do you do? You came to a room and you are saying that who sat next to somebody or something, who was here. You don't know if it was the son or the daughter. You don't know. So at that time you should be using masculine. So at that time the answer can be feminine. That's not a problem. Yeah, you get the point. So you'll use the masculine form, and then because you genuinely don't know, and then they will say, okay, the mother, then it's fine. So from that perspective, usra would not be a problem. So I think you guys got the question. That's main concern is. So you can just here probably would be better you use one name or something like that. Man alladhi yajlisu janbal ab. Okay, who is the one who sat next to the father, right? Okay, so and the last one would be we have kaifa tu'iddul al-ma'ida. You want me to? Oh, you mean yeah? See, the problem is you cannot connect. Yeah, good question. So here you have to know these things. It's I wish there was some kind of rule. I think your question is how do we connect? Do I put kasra or dhamma or fatha? Things like that. Yes, that's a very good, valid question. One basic rule is that you always put kasra. This is your first attempt. If you don't know anything, you should be putting kasra, especially with the verbs or something like that. So why do I say verb? Because when you have feminine verb, it's going to end in a sukun with ta, right? Ijtama'at. Then you have alif lam. What do? You want to say ijtama'at al usra, so you will be putting kasra. This is the default. So when you have a verb, a feminine verb or anything, so not only verb, in most of the cases, the default that you put kasra, because kasra is the lightest form of haraka, the movement of the sound for the Arabs. So because the sukun, there is no movement, they want to put the lightest one. But sometimes that doesn't work because the other words, the sound, remember, it's all about making their life easy. It's all about making that life easy. So what they do when they cannot put the kasra and it's much harder, so then they just put the haraka that is easier for them. So here is the default is working money. But remember, when you say min, here, look what's gonna happen. You have already kasra. You can say mini, mini lati. So what they will do, mina, they will say mina. Okay, mina lati. Or, min whatever, alif lam. Yeah. So this is something that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so last one was kaifa tu'iddul al-ma'ida. What did they do? Each person sit. First, what I want to do is the answer, and then we can translate. That's good. Yes, so you can say tada'a at-tabaq. Okay, tada tabaqan likulli wahidin. Right? How does the mother prepare the table? Yes. Excellent. Okay, so next we have التدريب الثامن, the eighth exercise. We have كون كلمات. So this is another fun exercise. I'm not going to spend any time doing that. So it's very interesting. You have all these letters and you make some words based on these things. It would be easy to start with the small ones. For example, you can easily make you know, I'm trying to give you the easy ones. You can make fam. I'm just gonna give you guys easy one. Hajj. You can also make mukhlis. Anyway, have fun with this, okay? جيد. Then we have التدريب التاسع, the ninth exercise. أكمل كما في المثال. Some of the words we've been getting a plenty of time, so you should get used to these meanings. أكمل, we had this one plenty of time. The word that I want your attention here is kama. Kama is same thing as ka. When you say ka means like, you know, ka Muhammadin, like Muhammad. Okay, kama has a similar meaning. Kama means as. So complete kama fil mithal, as in the examples. Right? So they have given you an example. Al mithal is an example. Then you say min aina ant. Where are you? You know, this is a very simple thing. Min aina ant. Where are you from? Ana min Misr. Ana Misri. Then they put Misr. Okay, super. I think we had this kind of exercise before, guys. It's important one, but I'm not going to spend too much time because we have spoken about this thing. And see what the book is doing. It brings back some of the past exercise. This is great. So what are they showing you? Remember, we talked about this ya, the ya with shadda. This ya with shadda, it's very interesting. It makes into something into, for example, it makes it the belonging. So it's not only because here it's all of them is talking about nationalities, right? But it's not only about nationality. This ya makes it a belonging to something. So whatever you add this ya shadda, you belong to this thing. Okay. I don't know if I can give you some example what I mean, but at least focus on what they're showing you here. So first one, when you say min, and then you give the country name, min, Misr. Now you want to see your Misri, your Egyptian, then you say Misri. Few rules, I've spoken about these things. Before you add, because the word was Misr, before you add this ya, you have to know a few things. If there's alif lam, I'll just write them. I know I've done this before. If I have alif lam, you have to remove the alif lam. If the Misr, for some reason it had alif lam, you have to remove the alif lam. That's rule number one. Number two, if it has some kind of vowels at the end, remove them. Remove vowels, like, you know, alif, wow, ya, whatever. If there's one ya already, you have to remove that ya first. Then you add your own the ya shadda, ya mushaddada, right? It's called ya nisba. And then there's another. If you have ta marbuta, you have to remove the ta marbuta as well. If there's any other rules, if I remember, I'll let you know. But these are the main rules. So you cannot just add this. For example, here, ana min an minas Sudan. See the mean. Remember, I have to pronounce. You don't say mini here because of what I mentioned. It sounds kind of weird. You say mina. Ana minas Sudan. I'm from Sudan. Now you can clearly see we have alif lam. Can you say ana as-Sudani? No, you cannot say that. You have to remove alif lam and say Sudani. Then you add ya with the shadda. Okay, so the country name is Sudan. The country name is Misr. Second, third one, it shows is saying Ana min America. What's gonna happen? We have a alif at the end. You remove the alif and then you add the ya. Ana Amriki. Okay. So when you say Amriki or Misri, it refers to a masculine person, right? If you say Ana Misri, that means I am Egyptian and I'm definitely a masculine person, it's a male person. There's no way people will understand that, it's a female. So what do? Same thing we do with anything, any adjective, we add ta marbuta. So how does it work? It works exactly the same way. So you say misriyatun. Here misriyun, it will be misriyatun. So quick questions. These are some of the things that I mentioned before. Here we have Dhamma because, whatever the default case. But the reason why you're changing from Dhamma to Fatha, first of all, you cannot have Tanween in the middle, so we got to remove the Tanween. But the reason why we're having a Fatha here, who can tell me that? Why are we changing this Haraka from Dhamma to Fatha? Yes, good. Before Ta marbuta, we must need a Fatha. There's no exception. So for all of them, you can just add Ta marbuta, but make sure you have your Shadda. If you don't put your Shadda, you are not talking about the same Ya. Ya has many, in Arabic, the Ya has many different roles at the end. Some of the Ya is what Ya ul mutakallim, the speaker. So that Ya doesn't have any Shadda. So make sure you pay attention to the Shadda. And the sound, you have to pronounce the sound. You cannot say Ana Misri, that's not gonna work. You have to have the Shadda sound, Misri. That emphasis here means that you are Egyptian. You can say Ana Misriyun, but see, even then you cannot get away from the emphasis. Misriyun. You cannot say Misriyun. Right? Now, so Pakistan. See, they cannot pronounce P. Now, so min aina. Let me make it. This is the last one that we'll do. So I will say this one, and you give me the answer. Min aina anti. Min aina anti. So now this is the country name that they're giving. So what do you say? Ana min. This one stays the same. As you can see, this one stays the same. Okay, because when you're saying, you're just basically mentioning the country name, so there's no changes. No al, because the country names is definite by itself. So what happens? Yeah, it's good thing that I mentioned. Don't get confused with the al on the some of the names of the country. It's a good question, because by and large, country is what we wouldn't say the America. Do we say the America? I hope not, because all the country names or the names of anything is definite by itself. So we don't need al in it. We don't need al. The Misr, this is the name of the place in many of the countries, so we don't need. But be careful, the Misr in Quran comes in both ways. It comes in as a name of the place, which is the Misr, Egypt. It also comes as a Misr, can also mean a place, a location. Okay, at that time, it can take tanwin, it can, it can take alif lam and all of these things. So how are you using it? So, and some country name already has alif lam, right? For example, Sudan, then Al-Maghrib. Remember, the Maghrib means, what does it mean? Morocco. It has, because if you say Maghrib, it's like it's the West, but to make the country, they added the alif lam. So that alif lam is part of the country. But if the country name is Pakistan, there's no way you can add alif lam. Okay, you get the point? Good. So you will say, Ana min Pakistan. Okay, I am from Pakistan. Now, here's the one that I want to hear. So, min aina anti? Pakistaniya. Yes. So you say Pakistaniya. Oh, niya. So, ana Pakistaniya. What we have done, we added the ya, shadda, and then we added ta marbuta, right? So the rules, you follow the rules. Inshallah. You guys get it? Is it clear? But don't underestimate this thing, guys. This is a very, very important rule or one of the construction in Arabic language. It is extremely handy. Okay, it comes in many, many different situations. I would love you guys do this thing by your own. For example, Sin, China, it has alif lam, so you would know how to change that. Al-Maghrib, it has alif lam. So you have to remove the alif lam. So Italia, like, Italy, so it has alif at the end. You have to remove alif at the end. Good, guys? Inshallah. Now, so we'll end here, and the next time I will start from the 10th exercise. Okay.